Back again with film recaps. In this video, I'm going to recap one of the horror slasher films from 2023, titled Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. Before we get to the storyline, I'd like to wish everyone a happy and great day. Without further ado, let's get straight to the storyline. The film begins with sketches of a young man named Christopher Robin, walking through the 100-acre wood, when he came across a group of unusual adolescent creatures who appeared to be half-human. Despite their menacing appearances, the naive young Christopher ignored the dangers and befriended them all. They introduced themselves as Eeyore, Owl, Rabbit, Piglet, and most importantly, Winnie the Pooh. The young Christopher began to bring them food, and with each passing day together, their bond grew stronger. The creatures started acting more human-like, even depending on Chris to bring them food. After years of friendship, it was bad for the creatures when Christopher grew up and had to leave his friends to go to college to become a doctor, so he stopped visiting. Without Christopher around to feed or guide them, and with the arrival of winter, the creatures went into extreme starvation, and in order to survive, the group had to consume one of their own, Eeyore. This traumatized them so much that they developed a hatred for humanity, particularly towards Christopher for abandoning them. They vowed to abandon their humanity, return to their feral instincts, and be permanently silent. We move to 5 years later. Christopher returns to the 100-acre wood to reunite with his old friends. He's accompanied by his fiancée, Mary, and while leading Mary into the forest, Christopher asks her whether she believes in the stories of his talking animal friends. Mary casts him a sympathetic look and admits that she doesn't quite believe his tales, and she labels his animal friends as a work of imagination.
Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore.
Christopher, it's not safe.
It's changed.
Some sort of mistake.
Chris and Mary come across the creature's place, and finds the place in a desolate state. A very frightened Mary tells Chris that they should leave, but Chris assures her that his friends aren't a threat. As they walk around, Mary sees a skull, while Chris pays no attention to Eeyore's grave. Together, the two walk up to Chris's old house with the creatures, and make their way inside. Mary spots a ruined drawing of Chris, which makes Chris doubt the childhood friends he once had. Suddenly, a voice alerts them.
We have to. Chris, hide!
The two quickly hide until the night creeps in. Mary and Chris find the creature snoring on the bed, so the two use this opportunity and bolt straight for the door. Unfortunately, Piglet makes a surprise entrance by wrapping a metallic chain around Mary's neck. Seeing his future wife dead, Chris runs into hiding. Chris suddenly sees Pooh approaching him, and so he tries to remind Pooh of their childhood days together. Soon, Piglet appears from the other side, trapping Chris between him and Pooh. Now Chris knows that his friends aren't the same as they used to be, and like many others, he never appeared from the woods again. News of mysterious disappearances in the forest circulates around like wildfire, and reporters warn people to stay as far away as possible from 100-acre woods. Later in the movie, we are introduced to a new character, Maria, who is advised by her therapist to disconnect from the busy world around her. After taking the expert's advice into consideration, Maria and her friends decide to go on a retreat in the woods. But little do they know, the cabin they choose for a retreat is located in a horrible place to stay,